There is just storage everywhere. There's a liquor cabinet here. There's storage that happens up above that holds.
I'm Carisha Swanson. I'm here to show you this incredible kitchen. So Donald, this is my first time in this kitchen and it is absolutely beautiful. And as much as I love this, I have to talk about you first. So tell me a little bit about your firm and how you even became an architect.
You know, originally I was going to be a concert pianist, and right near the...
This is a jump?
That's true. And well, you know, they call architecture frozen music sometimes.
And do you remember when this house was originally built?
I think it was in the 1940s.
Okay.
In the 1940s, you know, this whole area was built.
Okay, so you want to get into this?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
This is the entrance from the front door in which most people would see the kitchen.
Okay.
And so I wanted to turn the corner and just see this.
I want to turn the corner and just see this. Are you kidding?
You understand the space right away. You know where you're cooking, you know where you would sit, and that understanding makes it just so much more simple.
So this, like, why this? There's no uppers in this kitchen.
As modern, as sharp as it is, it really does dialogue with that existing architecture, as you could see.
Right. So these are what, steel?
Yeah, they are steel, and you know, at one point we thought about putting cabinetry up there, but really the space begins to close in on itself. By being able to seeing through the dishes and the cabinet, it stays as open as it was. It sort of vanishes in a way.
So is this just pretty, or does it have like a function to the...
Well, you know, the one thing it had to do is because the kitchen happens right at this point, it had to be, it allowed everything to be at arm's length. And you can also see, as far as the backsplash, that there are no cabinets and there's windows there also.
Right.
Really, we thought the windows and the idea of light was one of the most important things at this kitchen. We didn't want to sacrifice entirely the functions. And there's tricks that I'll show you later of where all these functions happen.
Yeah. So this part of the house is brand new.
Right. The wall sort of stopped here and this was outside. Now we've opened it up from the family room into the kitchen, and it's entirely like the wall was removed, and you can sort of see it straight on.
It's amazing. Oh my gosh. Well, let's get into the kitchen then.
Sure.
And speaking of natural light, I mean, yes, I think that goal has 100% been achieved.
Up there, there's another green area, and that's a garden area for the children.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's a little vegetable garden up there, and there's flowers. It's sort of a window box area.
Like a modern kind of rooftop garden?
Absolutely, right. The kids can peek down and wave from up there. The cool thing about this house, it not only works spatially horizontal, but there's vertical spaces that you can look up to.
Right, and you were talking before just kind of about all the functions that need to happen in a kitchen space, right? And so really you've got your cleaning area here, your cooking and kind of prep area here, but really it can expand to all these different areas.
True, and you know, we scenarioed out every square inch. We told Jill to go through our existing kitchen and tell us what she needed for every space. You can sort of see how the machine of the kitchen really works from this point. The idea that the microwave is mostly used here, the dishwasher sits there, this dialogue is very close. We had to translate a steel beam that ran through here, and so to make sure we kept this drawer, we actually carved out that steel beam that sits right about here. We didn't want to lose this. It would have been easy just to make this blank, but because it was prime real estate to the breakfast room, we wanted to make sure that we juiced out every inch of these spaces.
Yeah, it's just smart solutions to be able to really get the look that you want. And so when you move from this area to this massive cooking area, right?
Right.
60-inch range here.
Absolutely.
This is massive.
Right.
Really, I mean, 2 humongous ovens. You decided to hide the hood. This is sometimes for people its own architectural element. You wanted to wrap it. So what was your thinking behind that?
We use the stove as a monument so often. Really, what I wanted to make sure that this kitchen was about was 1 family, 2 light and air, and 3 view. The idea of being able to stand here and look out to views and this light makes it a more enjoyable kitchen.
100%.
I mean, you spend more time in the kitchen because the kitchen is part of everything else. Some kitchens you make and you get out of, I could just stand here and enjoy the outdoor nature and the light of the space itself.
Right. Is this the fridge?
Yes, it is. It's sort of put in this paneled wall. I created what I call a curved wall. It's just actually taking a sawtooth and cutting it through. It's also reminiscent of some of the Tudor detailing, which often uses a reeded wall. I decided to take the refrigerator, and again, not to make it the focus, and to sort of emphasize the idea that this is one modern plane. But in here, of course, is the refrigerator. And I wanted to pick a refrigerator that was as beautiful on the inside as the outside,
Right,
because
right.
when you open it in this black wall, you get the light and the airiness nature of it.
Yes.
You know, so we have the French doors on this side.
This feels like a home that they'd like to have people come over to.
Right.
They still need storage.
And you would imagine that we would have French doors on this side that would lead to a pantry.
I know, it's like, is it more, oh, whoa.
But it's more than that. I mean, at a certain point, I've taken away a lot of the idea of the cabinetry, but really the whole idea that
They still need storage, right.
they have all the storage they need here. They actually have a laundry room that's right off the kitchen. This is
Super convenient.
Exactly. And then back in here, they have a whole second, what we call scullery.
Wait, this is like the size of most urban apartments, like kitchens. Coffee maker, convection steam oven. You said a dishwasher is hiding
That's
here.
right here, yes.
And then one of the things I noticed too is in the other room, the countertop,
Yes.
right? So that's a different type of countertop than this. It's like a natural stone.
That's right.
Okay.
Yes. That type of countertop is a very thin, it's called a slim stone. And I like that razor edge. If you notice, all three different counters have different cabinet edges.
Right. I could hang out in this room. I noticed on the other side you have your microwave drawer. What's happening here?
Well, you know, at this point, there are those heavy things in the kitchen, and we built in the idea of a mix master. They could just pop up, so you don't have to lug this thing back and forth. It locks as it comes up the door.
That's great. And then I have to say, I do love that there's a drawer there for all the extra little bits. So is this the whole kitchen? Have I seen it all?
Well, you know, we have this one pantry scene. We also have a secondary pantry that's up these stairs. Well, you know, the whole idea here was that we wanted peripheral spaces that we were used during entertaining. There's a whole plate rack here, and this sort of created this sort of separation between the kitchen and the rest of the house.
I love this. It's kind of a modern plate wall.
I followed that curving through here that happened in the kitchen.
Right on that single wall. And then over here.
In this area, it was sort of a bar area. The owner is particular. Jill loves beer. And so what we did is we put in a beer.
We need to hang out, Jill. Look at all these. So she's got all these craft beers, it looks like.
We talked about it, and we can sort of see how we take a commercial beer refrigerator and we sort of made it very discreet within this wall and kept it very simple.
So this is just more storage here, and then a continuation of the bar kind of top that was in the other room.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, this is such a fun little space.
It really is.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of the charge off of the main kitchen, and the dining room is right here. So this is sort of a staging area for that.
Yeah.
This area acts as sort of a keyhole and a peek through from, if you stand at that end and move this through, you can sort of see how this black area separates these two areas and allows for a threshold into the main space. There's one more trick that happened, and I'll show you. It's down the stairs. There was a space down below, and it was concrete. In fact, all the walls were concrete. It sort of made us think that this space was a bomb shelter. It was very familiar in that area. We took this bomb shelter and we turned it into a wine room. What? I coined this "make wine, not war."
And I know now my time with you is over, and you certainly have shown us an incredible kitchen. I'm now, though, going to hide in here. I will see you whenever I see you. Thanks so much, Donald. Thanks for joining us on Incredible Kitchens. Now it's drinky time.
I'm up here in the master bedroom signing off for House Beautiful.
Ta-ta.